All right, you are welcome again. All right, today let's take a look at this problem under complex numbers. Okay, under complex numbers, let's take a look at this. This question says, given that z is equal to x plus iy, find the values of x and y if 1 all over z plus 2 all over z bar is equal to 1 plus I. All right. Now look at this question. We said we have the value of z to be x plus iy. So we are to find the value of x and y if 1 all over z plus 2 all over z bar is equal to 1 plus I. All right. Let's go. Solution. We say that we have 1 all over z plus 2 all over z bar. Now this z bar simply means z conjugate. Okay, z conjugate, and I'm very sure you understand what we mean by conjugate, right? Good. Now let's go. We have is equal to 1 plus I. Okay, now we have the left hand side and the right hand side. Now let's work on the left hand side where we have 1 all over z plus 2 all over z bar. Let's combine these together. So if we want to combine these together, it's simply addition, right? We can just look for the LCM. Okay, so the LCM is going to give you z multiplied by z bar. So when you say z multiplied by z bar or z bar divided by z, like the first term, the denominator of the first term is going to give you z bar. So z bar multiplied by the numerator of the first term is going to give you z bar. Then we have plus z bar divided by z we give you z, because z bar we cancel z bar. Now the z multiplied by 2 we give you 2z is equal to 1 plus I. Are we together? So I want you to take a look at this again. This is a simple addition, right? Addition of fractions. Now let's go. So here, when we add these left hand side terms together, we have z bar plus 2z all over z bar is equal to 1 plus I. All right, good. From here, we can cross multiply. So when we cross multiply, we are going to have z bar plus 2z is equal to z multiplied by z bar, open brackets, 1 plus I. Okay, now record that z is equal to x plus iy. Are we together? From the question, we have that given that z is equal to x plus iy, then what should be the value of z bar? And z bar is z conjugate. So z conjugate is going to give us x minus iy. Are we together? So in this equation where we have z bar plus 2z is equal to z multiplied by z bar, open bracket, 1 plus I. Let's substitute the values for z and z bar. Now substituting the values, in place of z bar, we're going to have x minus iy in bracket plus 2z. Now z is x plus iy, close bracket, is equal to z is x plus iy in bracket, then z bar, which is z conjugate, is x minus iy, then 1 plus I. Now let's open all the brackets. We multiply where necessary. Now let's go. We're going to have the first term here, we have x minus iy. We remove the bracket. Now using 2 to open this bracket, we're going to have 2 times x. It's going to give us 2x, and then 2 times iy is going to give us 2iy is equal to, in the right hand side here, let's open this bracket. So we are going to have x in the first bracket multiplied by x in the second bracket is going to give us x squared. Then x in the first bracket multiplied by minus iy in the second bracket is going to give us minus ixy. Then iy in the first bracket multiplied by x in the second bracket is going to give us plus ixy. Again, iy in the first bracket multiplied by minus iy in the second bracket is going to give us minus I squared y squared. It's going to give us minus I squared y squared. then all the bracket, then we have the third bracket, which is 1 plus I, right? Good. 1 plus I. Now let's go. In our left hand side, we can see that x and 2x are same terms. Let's combine it together. So when we say x plus 2x is going to give us 3x, right? Again, look at this. We have minus iy plus 2iy. These two terms are also the same, okay? So when we say minus iy plus 2iy, what is going to give us is something like minus 1 plus 2. When you have minus 1 plus 2, what is going to give you? It's going to give you simply 1. So here we're going to have minus iy plus 2iy is going to give us plus iy. This is on our left hand side. Now going to the right hand side, pay attention here. We're going to see that this place we have minus ixy plus ixy is going to give us 0. Are we together? Yes. And then this place we have minus I squared. This I squared is going to give us minus 1. So minus 1 multiplied by this minus here is going to give us positive. So we have positive y2. Hello. So that means after this middle term, which is minus ixy plus ixy disappears or turns to 0, we are left with x squared y squared. How did we get this y squared? We say that I squared is negative 1. So negative 1 multiplied by this negative in the coefficient, they're going to turn to positive. So we have x squared plus y squared. Then the last time we have 1 plus I. Now let's go again. We know we have 3x plus iy is equal to, here on our right hand side we have two brackets now. Let's open the brackets again. So x squared in the first bracket multiplied by 1 in the second bracket, we're going to have x squared. Again, this x squared in the first bracket multiplied by I in the second bracket is going to give us ix squared. Now let's go again. Y squared in the first bracket multiplied by 1 in the second bracket is going to give us y squared. And y squared in the first bracket multiplied by I in the second bracket is going to give us iy squared. Now take a look at this. Let's group it together. The part that are real, let's bring it together, and the parts that are imaginary, let's bring it together. So bringing it together, we're going to have that 3x plus iy is equal to x squared plus y squared. This is the real part, okay? We have x squared plus y squared. Now the part that has a imaginary, we have ix squared plus iy squared. Ix squared plus iy squared. Now let's group it together. The real part, let it be inside bracket, and then here that we have is squared plus iy squared. Let's factor out the I, which makes it imaginary. So when we factor it out, we're going to have that 3x plus iy is equal to x squared plus y squared plus open bracket x squared plus y squared a bracket I. Hello. Now let's go. From here, take a look at this. We have the left hand side and we have the right hand side. And we are saying that the left hand side is equal to the right hand side, meaning that the real part of this right hand side is equal to the real part of the left hand side, and the imaginary part of the left hand side is equal to the imaginary part of the right hand side. Are we together? So meaning we are going to say that the real part of the left hand side, which is 3x, is equal to the real part of the right hand side, which is x squared plus y squared. And now the imaginary part of the left hand side is y, is equal to the imaginary part of the right hand side, which is also x squared plus y squared. Now let's call this first one equation 1, and then the second one equation 2. Are we together? Good. Now recall that there is one law called transitive law, and this transitive law say that if A is equal to C and B is equal to C, then A is equal to B. If A is equal to C and B is equal to C, then A is equal to B. For instance, real life example or scenario. Let's say that Mr. Okore is X times rich, and then Mr. Eze is also X times rich. It means that Mr. Eze and Mr. Okore are equal in terms of their riches. Let's say that Okore has 10,000 and Eze has how much? The same 10,000. It means that Eze and Okore are equal because they have the same values. So this is what we are saying here. If A is equal to C and B is equal to C, it means that A is equal to B. So look at this. In this are equation 1 and equation 2. Equation 1 say that 3x is equal to x squared plus y squared, and then equation 2 say that y is equal to x squared plus y squared. You see that the terms on the right hand side, both of these equation 1 and equation 2, they are equal, meaning that 3x is equal to y. So let's make this to be equation 3, meaning we have equation 1, we have equation 2, and we have equation 3. So we can use any of the equation 1 and equation 2 to solve for the values of x and y. Okay, now let's pick the first equation, equation 1, that says 3x is equal to x squared plus y squared. Remember that 3x is equal to y, or in another way, you can say that y is equal to 3x. So in this equation 1, anywhere we see y, we are going to write 3x. Now look at it. In this place, we have 3x is equal to x squared plus y squared. In place of y, we are going to write 3x. So meaning we are going to have 3x is equal to x squared plus 3x in bracket squared. All right. Now, let's distribute this squared to the terms inside the bracket. Now, doing so, the 3 is going to be 3 squared and x squared. 3 squared times x squared, okay? So when we say 3 squared, it's going to give us 9. And then we have x squared. So when we bring these terms together, we are going to have 3x is equal to x squared plus 9x squared. Okay, so x squared plus 9x squared, these are just like 1 and 9. 1 plus 9, when we add it together, it's going to give us 10x squared. Hello. So here we have 3x is equal to 10x squared. All right, now from here, let's take 10x squared to the other side. Y crossing the sign of equality is going to give us negative. So here we're going to have 3x minus 10x squared is equal to 0. What terms do they have in common? X. Let's factor out x. So when we factor out x, we are going to have 3 remaining in the first term. Factor out x in 10x squared, we are going to have 10x remaining. So here we have x, open bracket, 3 minus 10x. If you use this x outside the bracket to open the bracket, it's going to give you 3x minus 10x squared. All right, which we have is equal to 0. Hello. So meaning that x is equal to 0, and then this inside bracket, which is 3 minus 10x, is also equal to 0. Now let's take this minus 10x to the other side. Okay, now we are going to have 3 is equal to 10x. Hello. So here we have that 3 is equal to 10x. Remember, we are looking for x. So here we have 10 being the coefficient of x. So we divide both sides by 10 so that x will stand alone. Okay, we want to make x the subject. So we divide both sides by 10. That is the coefficient of x. So we are going to have x is equal to 3 all over 10. So when we divide both sides by 10, we are going to have x is equal to 3 all over 10. Hello. So we are getting there. So from here, we have gotten the value of x. We have gotten the value of what? X. Now let's go. From here, we can use equation 3 to find the value of y. where we have gotten x. Okay, so equation 3 said 3x is equal to y. 3x is equal to y, where x is equal to 3 all over 10. So in place of x, we're going to have 3 all over 10. So meaning we're going to have 3 open bracket. In place of x, we have 3 all over 10 close bracket is equal to y. Now using these 3 to open the bracket, we're going to have 9 all over 10 is equal to y. So therefore y is equal to 9 all over 10 and x is equal to 3 all over 10. Hello. So the question that was given to us, where we have given that y is equal to x plus iy, we are asked to find the value of x and y if 1 all over z plus 2 all over z bar is equal to 1 plus I. We have to find the value of x and y. So finally we've solved and we have obtained the values for x and for y. So we say that x is equal to 3 all over 10 and y is equal to 9 all over 10. Hello. All right, let's take more example. Please, if you are new to our YouTube channel, do us a favor to like, share and subscribe. Okay, now let's take more examples. Stay blessed. Thank you.